Okay, here's a look at the emini S&P for Wednesday, October the 19th, 2011. We're looking here at the market profiles, which is what we like to use initially at emini Day Trader to examine the market to get a better sense of the condition of the market. And this was the big up day yesterday, a very skinny sort of profile all the way up here. Um, this is what happened overnight, and this, of course, is today's market profile. You notice that each market profile also has a volume profile. Here's the volume profile on the side. Here is the lettered market profile right here. So we were looking in around the 12 area, which is right about here, as likely support. It did reach 14 overnight, and it stayed right around 15 early in the day. But then in the afternoon it did break lower, and our next area was in around 6 down in here. The market got lower than that. It actually got down to 1201.50 and had a bit of a bounce here, closing around 7. And the movement like this to back off today, not all that surprising in a certain way, but surprising in the sense that that 12 area did not hold. We really thought that that would probably hold today as support, and then the market would go up and test the recent highs, especially the highs that were formed early in the week in the overnight session Sunday evening, which is where the market got to in yesterday's regular trading hours, or almost got that high during yesterday's regular trading hours. So, but the market's inability to do that, you can see that right here in the overnight session. It got to here. This is the low overnight. And then the early attempt did not reach up to that same level. And then the early low was kind of tucked in between there, and then we had the break from that level. It doesn't really appear that this is a strong break, but we now have an area from approximately 9 to 16, which is going to be an area that the market needs to get above before it can really have another onslaught at the recent highs up there around 1230. Otherwise, it's likely to come back on down, and our next area of support would be around 1197, and then it would come down to 1187, 1185 area, which is the low that we had yesterday. So that's really what we're looking at this point in time. So it's failure to break out for the second time is not good, although the kind of sell-off we had today certainly was not, I would not consider a strong one that really kind of changed the game plan, if you will, for a possible test up higher. Now here's the market profiles from the regular trading hours, and we use them in our analysis. So here's our software in our trades today. You can see we had a short trade there, long trade here, short one here, long one here, long here, short here, a couple of longs here, and a short here. We did take this first trade we did not take. It was a short trade, green filter. This was our first trade here, and it moved up nicely in our favor, immediately moving a couple of points in our direction. We did not take this trade here, although it did come down nicely. We did take this trade here. Unfortunately, we're stopped on this one, and this is our second trade of the day. Our third trade of the day was over here, entry right here, and it did have a nice bounce. Once again, approximately 2 points in our favor, so reaching both our first and second objectives. Now our filter turned red here, as you can see. We tried to get short here, missed it by a tick. Tried to get short here, missed that by a tick, so, or 2 ticks. So kind of unfortunate, because that was right at that 12 area that we felt was a good barrier. We had a couple long trades here that we did not take because of our neutral filter. We did have a short trade here, but we've been mentioning to our members that the last hour of trading over every day since late last week has been very volatile. As you can see here, the market had down something like it was like about 7 points, and then up and back 3 and 5 and that kind of thing. So it becomes very volatile. So we'll only use structural references on our entries there. So this last trade, which is actually the fourth trade here, actually turned out all right because of that. If they did not use the structural reference, they would have been stopped. So it just kind of depends on the trader's experience at that point. But using our recent information, it did turn out to be a good trade. So that's really what we're looking at going into the market tomorrow. Any questions or comments, just get a hold of us at info@eminidaytrader.com. We'll always enjoy hearing your questions and comments. So that'll be it for today, and we'll see you again tomorrow.